Okay, everybody. I hope that I'm live. It says I am. So let me know if anybody's out there. It's a couple minutes before 6, so just go ahead and type in the comments that you're here so I know there's some people here. And if I don't answer you right away, it takes a minute for the comments to come through. Oh, I see Donna. Donna joined. And Deb. Hi, Deb. If you just write a comment, then I'll know that you can hear me. Can everybody hear me so far? Pam joined. Hi, Pam. Hi, Deb. Can you hear me okay? Pam, can you hear me? We used to do this all the time for software classes, didn't we? Here's Marcia. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. This is actually a lot like doing the software classes that we used to do all the time, except that I have to be on camera a little bit. I can also do that with Facebook. Just so you know, we can have software classes because I can share my screen. So I think that would be really cool. So when you come in, make sure when you're getting on, make sure you say hello or just say something to me. I can't see all if I don't answer right away. Oh, hi, Denise. Donna and Denise are both here. If I don't answer right away, I can't see like all of the comments all at the same time, so I have to kind of scroll to get to see them. I'm going to try to put them up here on my tablet too, so that I can see a little bit better. Let's see if it'll let me do it. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, here I am. Let's see. Yep. I'm going to turn some stuff down. Just a minute. I'm up here on my tablet too. Okay. So are people still hearing me okay? I don't know if the tablet's going to work or not. It's really hard to see comments. I'm actually seeing them better on my computer. So just keep typing a few things here and there so I can see how the typing's working. Because I'm going to have to scroll down. There's like a scrolling button. So I'm going to have to scroll down so I can see the newer comments. Okay, so Maria. Oh, Maria is here from Alaska. She's a friend of Lisa's. Hello, Maria. And Deb can hear me. Everybody's hearing me okay, huh? Hi, Judy. I see Judy now. There's a bunch of you here. Let's see. Who else is here? I can't get the thing to scroll down for me. Here we go. Clara's here. Hi, Clara. Clara's from Ohio. And let's see, who else is here? But everybody's hearing me okay. I have a pretty good camera, so hopefully it'll be okay. Oh, somebody gave me a thumbs up, so they must hear me. It was Lori. Hi, Lori. Yeah, so if I don't answer a question right away, you're going to have to just, the other thing you can do, if I don't answer right away, that's why I wanted to try this. If I don't answer right away, instant message me, personal message me through the messenger, and it'll pop it up on my screen. And then I can see it better. The comments screen, I have a friend that does this. Her name's Connie. I don't see Connie yet, but she does this with her doll making classes, and she has trouble seeing the comments sometimes. So if you personal message me, that pops up on the screen separate, and then I can see that. So that's easier. That might be easier if you need a question answered. Do that instead of doing the comments, because the comments sometimes don't scroll up for me. And I don't think it's going to work on the tablet either. I'm sitting here looking at the tablet, and I don't think it's going to work because they're kind of delayed. So I don't think I'll turn the tablet on, but I can get my personal messages on the tablet. So if you do that. So if you see me looking over to the computer, you know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, Kathy's here. Hi, Kathy. Kathy's from Anamosa. Cool. People are getting in okay. Did you get a notification that says I went live? Did you get some sort of a notification like up in the little bell notification? Hopefully you did. Got 10 people. Awesome. We're getting people in here. Okay. So it's a little after 6. Looks like people are finding us. And you got the notifications. You're saying yes to the notifications. Okay. All right. Looks like people are finding us. So, okay. So I wanted to ask a few questions, and you can put these in the comments also. One of the things I wanted to ask you is to have some ideas of things that you would like to see, like you would like to sew along with me. If there's certain things that you would like to do, like software, or if you want to do stuff with the scan and cut, or if you want to do stuff with the sewing machine or the embroidery, if you could either, you can email me too, or you can just comment here and say some of the ideas that you would have. And then one of the ideas I had was I actually would kind of like to do this maybe weekly, just to get together and say hi just for a few minutes, and then maybe have some show and tell, so I can show you things that I've been working on this week, and I'd love to see things you're doing. And then we can put pictures up in the comments so we can all see what we've been working on for the week. And I thought that might be kind of fun. I like to see what people are working on. And like next week will be the first week of the actual sew along, so we'll work on the rug. And then the next 2 weeks would be the rug. But on the weeks that we're not doing an actual sew along, maybe we'll just get together and have show and tell, or ask questions, because I thought it might be fun to do this every week, so that we kind of get into a habit and we get to see each other and stuff like that. So you can let me know if you'd like that idea, or if there's anything else anything specific that you would like to do. That's some of the things I wanted to ask you about. So we got quite a few people here. There's about 10 people here. Awesome. And Lisa's here. Lisa, you're here. I see you now. Sorry, I didn't see you before. Lisa is from Spencer, Iowa. Oh, Pam says to Maria, is it cold in Alaska? I think it was colder here last week than it was in Alaska, from what the weatherman said. Everybody says the audio's good. Great. Awesome. So I'm trying to kind of scroll through these to see. Okay. So in the comments, I'd like you to put a few things, like if there's something specific that you would like to sew along and do, please let me know. And you can do that. You can put comments in there, even when you're just watching the video, if you're not here live. So just type in some of the things you'd like to do. And then I would love to see things for show and tell that you've been making this week. Okay, so I'm going to do a little show and tell of my own first, and then I'm going to show you. I had some questions from some of my friends that were wondering, they were having trouble with the instructions. I put up that first page of the rug instruction, and some of the people were having a little trouble understanding how to put the strips together. So I thought I'd show that, because not everyone puts binding together. So I thought I would show that real quick on the machine, so that you could see how that goes together. The picture's a little confusing, so I'll do that also. So looks like people are finding us anyway. It looks like, oh, we lost one, and then we gained somebody back again. Okay, so I'm going to do a little show and tell of myself. This is some of the things I've been working on this week. I love pillows, and some of you may have seen these on my personal Facebook page, but I've been making my own settee pillows. These are pillows that I made in the hoop, and they are done in 3 panels. I think here you can probably see it better. Can you see the panels? There's 3 panels here, and they're all quilted and then embroidered in the hoop, and then you sew the 3 panels together, and then there's a backing on. So here's the back. I'll turn it around so you can see the back. So here's the back, and it's got one of the little slip covers on it. You know, there's like the 2 pieces in there. And then this one, instead of putting piping on it, I put, there's like a binding around the top. So it looks sort of like piping. It's a lot easier to do than piping. Pillow pipings are kind of hard to do. So I put a binding around it. So I thought it turned out really cute. So this is my Valentine pillow. And got this one done this week and last week I worked on these. Okay, and then I'm also working on, I worked on one for St. Patrick's Day. Well, it looks like I got some comments. I'm going to scroll down here so I can see. Okay. And, oh, Maria says that it's 32 degrees today in Valdez, Alaska. It's not that cold. So it's about the same temperature as here. Sometimes it's colder here, I think, Maria, than it is in Alaska. And then this is my St. Patrick's Day pillow. It's done the same way. And I put, you know, there's appliques on the sides. And this is actually partially a design, like the middle design, and like these little pieces over here, the Celtic knots. Those were actually digitized. I digitized those, I bet you 10 years ago, for a design of the month that I used to do a long time ago. And so I got to reuse some of those cool little designs I'd already done in this pillow. And then it's got the same kind of back. Oops, got some stuff on it. It's got the same kind of back. You know, it's got the little envelope back on it. And I put the binding on it too. So this was really fun. I'm having fun. I'm going to do one for Easter also. So these have been fun to make. And then I must be boring my cat. She's asleep on top of the boxes over here on my sewing table. Okay. Then I wanted to show you again the things that you'll need for the sew along if you're going to make the rug. This is the pattern, and it's the Jelly Roll rug. A lot of you have taken the rug class, so you may already have this, but if anybody needs it, let me know. And these are $10, so I can send them to you. And then Judy and I make this batting, and we roll it up, and it's all sewn together. It's cut in 2.5-inch strips. And this is a thin batting, and it's a really nice batting to work with. For the rugs, it's hard to, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Batting makes me sneeze. It's softer and easier to fold. So anyway, there's 2 rolls that you need for the rug, and they are $25 for the 2 rolls. And I just put them in a little pack. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that too, because I put it up on the Facebook page. also, but I thought I'd show it to you a little closer up. So, and then what I do is I cut them, and then I sew them together with a zigzag, so they're all in one piece. And I just made two rolls, so it makes it a little easier. Okay. And then, whoops, we already did the pattern. I did my show and tell. So is anybody else on here tonight that has show and tell? Or did anybody have ideas of things they would like to do? Oh, Bev's on. Hi, Bev. People are getting on. That's good. If I put a post up, I'll put a post up to remind everybody. Normally, you'll get a notification when I go live in your notifications. It's like the little bell symbol at the top of your Facebook screen. And you should get a little notification there. It says, I've gone live. And then you can just click on that, and it'll take you here. But if you don't, you need to get the notifications from the group. Otherwise, you won't receive those, when you go live. So make sure that you're receiving the notifications in the group. And if you have questions, you can text me or something. Oh, here's Connie. Connie made it. Hi, Connie. Connie's from Illinois. She's from Savannah, Illinois. So we got people from all over the place. Cool. Clara from Ohio. We got Alaska. We've got Spencer, Iowa. So I have friends all over. It's cool. Okay. So again, type in the comments anything that you can think of that you would like to, have me talk about or do as a sew along. And then I would like to know if I'd like to see your show and tells every week too. But I think I'm going to try to do this weekly, even if we're not having a sew along. I think I'll just get on and just talk to people, just to make it a habit. I think then we'll get together more often, and I love to see my friends. So that's why I wanted to do this. I like to sew with my friends, and I don't get to spend that much time with my friends, so I thought this would be a way we could do it. So, okay. So what I have to do now is I have to lower this camera a little bit, because I want to show you how to sew these strips together, because I've had a couple of questions. People were confused. So if you give me a second, I got to lower this camera a little bit, and then you won't see my face anymore. You're going to see my sewing machine. If I can get the legs to go in. There we go. I have it on a tripod. It works really well. But all right, so I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to show you the sewing machine screen. Now I know a lot of you have, whoops, a second here, have luminaires or have dream machines. So the screen's going to look pretty familiar to you. But when I do my sewing of my strips, hopefully you can still hear, are you still hearing me okay? Because the camera's turned the other direction. So hopefully you can still hear me all right. When I do my sewing for the strips, I like to turn on my laser light. So like the Dream Machines and the Luminaires, the Solarises, the Destinies have the laser light function. And it is really cool because then it helps you. You don't have to have it. You can just eyeball it. And I sometimes do that also. But I wanted to show you how to turn on the laser light. Now I apologize. I'm going to put my hand up here. I've got a light right above my head here, and it's not letting me see all my screen. But this little button right here, it looks like kind of like a triangle with a line on it. Up here at the top is for the luminaire, and that's how you turn on your laser light to help you sew straight. And then if you, on the Dream Machine and Destinies, it's that same icon, but it's going to be down here towards the middle of the screen. And all you have to do is turn it on. On the Dream Machine and Destiny, you just turn it on, and then right now you would see a laser light on your screen. For the Dream, or for the Luminaire and the Solaris, you have to go up here then and turn it on. There's a button that says on. I can get it to turn on. There we go. And then I can change the color of it. I'm going to leave it red. And there's actually two laser lights. The second one is a subsidiary one, or a sub, they call it. And I'm actually going to turn that one off for right now. I'm going to leave it off. So I have it off. And I'm going to leave the main one red. Now, when I go and shine this down on the machine, I'm sorry, you're not really going to see my laser light. I think it's because of the projection camera. It all looks just kind of rainbow-like. If I was on a Dream Machine or a Destiny, you'd actually be able to see the red light. And what it does is it just gives me a straight line so that I can sew straight when I'm doing these strips. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shine this down here. See if I can get this a little closer. Now I'm sewing with a camera around my legs, so I don't know, you can kind of see the red lines like right here, and you're going to see kind of a rainbow effect. The red line's right there, and you can kind of see it. And that rainbow effect is actually the projection camera. It's because I'm using another camera on that projector, and that's why it's doing that. Looks very strange. So I apologize, you won't really be able to see my laser light too well, but I can see it when I go to sew. All right, so the first page of the pattern for the rugs talks about putting your strips together, and you're going to sew these strips together, all 40 of them, or 42. Some of them will have 42. You're going to sew all of them together end to end. But what I do is I sew them together like I do binding. So when I do that, I lay my first strip out, and oops, I'm going to see, I think I've got a couple more comments. Give me just a second here. Oh yeah, Lisa said she has a crescendo, and yes, the crescendos and the aria, not the aria, the crescendo and the 3000, the VQ 3000s have the laser light too. So if you have one of those machines, or a 6200D, those have it too. So so when I go to put these together, and this is what was confusing people, I think, on the instructions. I'm going to lay the first piece of the fabric down. Can you see this okay? Like this. And jelly roll strips are a 2.5-inch strip that's with the fabric. So on each end of the fabric, there's what they call a selvage, and most of you will know what that is. This one actually shows, see, this one's white. And in the picture on the instructions, it shows you putting these strips together, but it kind of shows them like this orientation with the ends sticking out like that, and then sewing from corner to corner. And that's actually how I do these, because that way I don't have to spend all the time cutting the selvages off before I start sewing these together. So it actually works really slick to do this. I just kind of put them like that. So here's my bottom one. Here's the very first one I'm using. And then I'm going to put the second one on top at a 90-degree angle, like this. And then the selvage is right here, and there's a selvage right here. And then I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to sew from corner to corner. This also helps you because it's easier to see where the corners are. If you cut the selvages off, this corner is always hidden underneath this piece of fabric, so it's harder to see. So I actually do like doing it this way better. So I'm going to put my foot down. I'm going to line up on that top point, and I'm going to drop my needle. And then I'm aiming for this point right here. I can see my laser light. You probably can't see it very well, but I can see it. And I'm going to aim it towards my corner here, so I don't have to draw any lines. I can just aim it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sew forward, and I can see my lines, so I hit my corner there. All right. And then I'm going to take this strip that I just sewed, And I'm just going to flip it over right side up and pull it down. And here's then my first strip, or in this case it was the second, but this is the one I'm going to work off of. So then I'm going to grab another strip. And by the way, when I do these strips, I just basically sew them together as they come off the roll. Like when you unroll a jelly roll, they just, they're just kind of randomly in there, and I just take them off and sew them together as they come off. I don't put them in any specific order. Oh, Jerry's here. Okay, so then here's my next one. I'm going to do the same thing. Here's the selvage edge right here. Here's the selvage edge up here. You can't really see it because it doesn't look different, but that's the selvage, and I'm just going to kind of put them together with the selvages sticking out. And then I'm going to do the same thing. It's hard to sew with a camera in the middle of the machine here. Okay, I'm going to put this together. I'm going to raise my foot. Oh, and the other thing that would be easier is there's a pivot on most of these machines. It looks like a little foot. Let me put this over here again. Those of you who have a pivot on your machine. This little button right here with the needle in the middle of the foot, that's the pivot. You just touch it and it turns on. So now the foot will turn up and down for me. Come up and down for me. So a second here, we'll put this back. Can we get a little closer? Sorry, I gotta kind of put it over my leg here. Okay. So now I can see my light. I'm sorry you can't see it very well. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew the next one. When I get down here, then you'll notice that the foot's going to come up. That's what the pivot does. So that's really cool. So I'm going to take this strip that I just sewed on, turn it right side up, pull it down, and here's the selvage again. And I'm going to grab another one. Stick the selvages out. Okay. Then I'm going to stuff it up underneath there and get it towards my needle. I can see my light, and I'm going to sew to the other corner. And that's how you sew all those strips together. It goes very fast. Because if you don't have to cut all those selvages off in advance, it's so much faster. So then when I'm all done, I'm just going to cut here on the machine. When I'm all done, got to grab my scissors out of the drawer. I'm going to trim these off, and when I trim these, see, I've got they're connected here where I didn't cut the thread. It looks sort of like this. So when I'm going to I'm going to make you all dizzy. I'm just going to kind of trim up a little bit, and then I'm going to trim these about 1/4 of an inch from the sewing, and then this end I'm just going to clip that little dog ear off, and then I will have this nice seam for my strips. So hopefully does that help everybody? Did that make those instructions seem a little less confusing to you? So I didn't think about that. I do this so often with binding and stuff. I don't think about it being confusing. So does anybody have any questions about the strip sewing? Does everybody have their jelly rolls that's going to do the jelly roll rug? Okay, I'm going to move this camera again. Don't get seasick. Oh, Lisa says she likes to use the move it foot when you put your stuff together. Okay, so I'm going to put this up again so you can see me. I'm going to turn it around. So hopefully that helped a little bit with the. I figured if you see me do it a couple times, you'll understand. And if I pull this up a little bit, it's easier to see me. Okay. And I didn't want to make this first one too long. I just wanted to have you put some comments in there about what the kind of things you're looking to do. And also, I'd love to see your show and tell. So you saw mine, and I would like to see yours. And then I wanted to show you a little bit of the strip sewing. So does anybody need to see the stripping again? Did that make sense to everybody? Looks like there's a few more people in here. Yes. Yes, that made sense to everybody. Cool. That helped everybody. Because I don't think about the strip sewing, because I do so many of these that I just do it, you know. So okay, so it's about 6:30, and I know a bunch of people watch shows on Sunday night, and so do I. So I thought I'd get on for about maybe 25 minutes or half an hour, and just say hi, and see that the camera works. So everybody's been able to see me okay. Could you see the sewing machine too? Except for the laser light, I know that won't show up very well. Could you see the machine fairly well too with the camera? I put everybody to sleep, I think, Connie. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to sign off and say good evening and have a nice evening. It sounds like we're going to get more snow tomorrow. It sounds like Sunday into Monday, or Monday into Tuesday, we could have 4 to 8 inches of snow. Ugh. And then I was out about an hour ago, and it was freezing rain. I pulled out of my I have like a carport, and I pulled out of the carport, and my windshield was instantly ice. So I'm like, ew. And then we're supposed to get snow starting tomorrow afternoon again. It sounds like 4 to 8 inches, and then wind afterwards. Yuck. So it'll be a good day to stay in and sew, and we should have lots of show and tell next week, right? So, okay. So I'm going to sign off, and thank you so much for coming and helping me out with my new little Facebook Lives here to see how this is going to work. And how do you share in here? Oh, how do you share? You can't share because it's a private group in here. Yes, everything was fine. Good. That's good. Pam says everything was fine. Good evening. Thanks. Okay, cool. Looks like everybody's doing well. I think everything went well with Facebook Live. Woohoo, yay. Okay, well, thanks everybody, and enjoy watching your TV shows for Sunday evening. It's always fun on Sunday evening to watch TV. So, but please put comments of things you'd like to do in the comments. I'll go through and read them all very carefully, and then or you can instant message me comments of things that you would like to do, and then put pictures up of some of your projects that you have been doing, because I'd love to see what you're doing, and I think everybody else would too. So, okay. Thanks, everybody. Good night. Have a good evening.